So this question always comes, why we meditate all the time? So we should keep pondering over it. Because this meditation is a way through which you do not need any other thing. You do not need books, you do not need anything, because it is concerned with you, how you evolve. Accordingly, you do not need any other thing. So that is why meditation is the best form of satsang. Sat we refer to God, the ultimate truth, and sang means its company. So all the time this comes now after some time people are meditating for years. Then they start thinking, what for I meditate? That means that is the purpose, and that we say is infinite. So all the time there is no end to it. As much preparation we make, that much it manifests. So that is the best form of meditation. If we get its benefits in the sense of divinity, then we will stop even talking anything else. You may have heard this thing I keep saying, that generally if you go anywhere, they say your time is invaluable. You invite some dignitary to your function and they say thank you for giving your valuable time. But do we really understand? Or we are just saying for the sake of formality? Just paying respect that I called somebody, so you are very important, your time is very valuable. We are just respecting that. Mostly this is the case. Hardly ever people realize that this is really invaluable. And when this realization dawns upon, that how every breath we are taking is just going, it's not coming back in that sense. So all the time, something which you cannot buy by anything, it becomes invaluable because it is irreplaceable. Anything you give, if life is over, then it is over. So we say this is the only frame. There are certain things. This is the only frame, human frame, in which we can really attain to that and know that that is how it is invaluable. Nowhere else this possibility is there in the creation. That to realize that it is really invaluable. So once that realization dawns upon, then all the gossips, everything will automatically go. You don't need not leave anything. No, people say so many things. Develop this attachment, that detachment. You will not do because now you know it is invaluable. So where to put your time maximum? So that is how we say meditation or satsang is your investment, your time's investment into eternity. By investing, like you put your money into bank and some interest comes, which is beyond what you have put. Similar way I am trying to say that whatever time you are putting into satsang, that is becoming eternal. Dividend is eternal. And when we practice this through time, that I need not tell you that how it is. So that is why we all the time say that please give some time to yourself. That is your meditation. Because if you are giving your time truthfully to yourself, you will serve better whomsoever you are serving. Suppose you are coming, say, no, I am committed to my family. Now where is the time for me? You will serve your family in a better way. So everything you will do better by that. So that is why satsang is important. No, we keep on listening such things because degeneration has set in so much that people say, no, what happens in a satsang? What for I should waste my time there? So negativity has reached to such a level. What is most valuable, they not even see it as it is. So these are certain things which we should all the time keep pondering whenever any negativity sets in, that why satsang, how it is, so that people do not demean it. And when they know the value of time, they will not do so. So long as they do not do, then gossiping will happen, unnecessarily things will happen. But once you know it is invaluable, such things automatically they'll reduce according to your preparation. So this is the thing. Now if there are any questions, I will take that also.
I have a question.
Yeah, please.
So, last few days I've been experimenting with only cleaning.
Mm.
So today was the first time whole time I tried only cleaning instead of meditating.
Mm.
Is that okay?
Yes, it's okay. Clean is the most part. There are two parts in roughly three, but two you can divide. Most part of meditation is cleaning. Some part of it is experience. And third part is transmission. So people consider second important, which is not experiences. This is not very important part. It is something coming, what has happened to you, or it is like developing your trust into yourself that what you are doing is worth doing. If you are cleaned and something happened and you get an experience in your deeper being, your deeper existence, whatever you call, or your divinity, yourself, all at the beginning they all are same. I mean, the different you understand when we evolve with that how one is different. Like today only this newspaper I have written that what is this, people ask now what is self-realization. Now for a beginner I said it is like first you are cleaning your mind, you are understanding something. Now you have become such, your mind has become such that you choose only between good and good. You have discarded the option of good and bad. There is nothing bad in your eyes. You choose only good and good, one part over. Self realization. This is at the mind level, self realization. Then comes the second part, self. So here you exercise only good options. This is different from choosing good, and exercising is something here that the will and choice, where that is some deeper. This first kind of which I am saying at mind level, cleaning and choosing between good and good, that will be understandable to all. But second will not be understandable to all. You will feel somebody is doing entirely which is you don't know even what other person is doing, because now for him the world has died. The all origin is in mind, and his mind has become so clean he is not bothered in the positive sense what are the people saying, because it is very clear now to him or her what needs to be done. So that kind of choice and will, that is why it is different from the first kind of which I am saying. So then if that is attained, then comes the third, where you realize the soul. Now who realizes the soul? Your self realizes the soul, and there nothing can be told what it is. So these are stages of a thing. So cleaning is that way. Yeah.
So when you say self-realizes the soul, there are periods in meditation where you go beyond the mind. So mind is not capable of understanding what happens.
Yes. So either it dozes off, or you will not know where were you. Now how will you know whether you were sleeping and deep sleep or you were meditating? Awareness will be there. You will come up fresh. If you are asleep, your body will feel better still, because sleep gives something better to the body and mind. But that is something different kind of a thing which everyone can know. There is no necessity to explain it. Once you are going in meditation, you may not know. But coming back, you may know that now I am out of it. Because for that, you need that level of awareness, that you do not bring any impression to it. It should be so clean. So many things we have, false ego and other things, they catch up with that. It should not happen. That is why there are already inbuilt mechanisms that it will not happen that way. When you are ready for it, then only it comes. It is the only thing where corruption is not possible. In everything else, corruption is possible. Here, when you are ready, worthy, then only it will come. Because if you are unworthy and given, then corruption is there. That means you will start exercising that, what you have attained, and that leads to the corruption. So when you are really fit for it, then there is not a second to it. So that is why it is a gradual process of self-realization. Now, why I told you some point was there, that's why I explained.
He was asking about cleaning.
So that is the way, that how you clean. At the mind you clean, then you reaches to the self. Then there if you are clean, so this cleaning is an endless process in that sense. How much defined? Because we say it is infinite and eternal. How much refined? Becoming, and we say what is our goal? Our goal is to becoming one with the Supreme. Nobody can be God, but nobody can be away from God also. If God is omnipresent, then how can you be away? Where can you be away? But how to become one? So what is the difference? Which is you feeling I am different and God is different. Only this cleanliness is not there. So those even realize at the mind level, they say cleanliness is next to godliness. These are the realization down to one. So that is the difference. Otherwise, there is no difference. That is how saints say, different vocabulary they say. Kaheri nalni tu kumlare, tere hi naad sarovar pani. That means why are you withered, feeling withered? Everything is within you. And God is not somebody sitting outside on a seat. It is within you. Only thing is you have to realize, clean. If you efface yourself. Now when I say efface, it sounds negative. As if I am trying to do some violence. No. That is where the ways and means come. That is why the Guru is different. They tell how it is simply you can efface yourself. Effacing here means becoming such that despite being, you appear as not being to yourself. It's a non-being, being kind of state of being. You don't do violence. You become such by preparation that everything, because here nothing is unwanted also. In nature, it is God's creation is nothing is unwanted. The only thing is you need to put it in a proper place. So when I say no, when it becomes too much, which appears non-clear, then I say when such things strike mind, it is becoming vague, then hold the first thing on the first place. God, divinity, keep it on the first place, everything will automatically fall in line to the extent you are ready for it. So that is these are certain points which I give when you go, sometimes you feel perturbed. So this you put on first place, then everything else will fall in place. Second thing is, if you develop any query, a doubt, suspicion, arise. It is not something which is, how can it happen? Even about the existence of divinity of God, then you go to Satsang and get it immediately clarified. And all the true Shastras, which we call, they have been written just to this. Very, very attained saint, they also incurred this thing. And they asked whether there is or I'm just doing like this. So there is nothing if it comes to us. Only thing is soon we should get it cleared so that it doesn't become an impression longer. And that is why we go to a Guru, go for Satsang, that we do not forget. Because there it is too intense. And we are not that intense. So forgetting is commonplace. It is not something very bizarre. People say, how can I forget? So many attained people forget. Only if he is willing to remember, then only we can remember. But it should not make us an excuse given as, no, if only he is not willing, so I am not doing. You have to do your 100%. Then only you can say, now what can I do? I have put my 100%. Now what is there in my head? That is another kind of, that becomes automatically a prayer. When you have put yourself 100%, nothing is left in your hand. Then you are prayer. What else are you? When you have put 100%, nothing is there, then you are the prayer. So then don't doubt yourself also. Because you are not moving on the path of doubt, you are moving on the path of clarity, purity, and correctness. So cleaning, yes, it is always good. And automatically when you are cleaning, you will just go into meditation. You need not do any extra effort.
But in meditation, you are focusing on the soul. You're just paying attention to the soul.
Yeah, attention.
But how is it different
From
cleaning?
Cleaning is a willful act. This is not a willful act. This is attention. As will is not required in that. I say this, close your eyes and forget it. And that's just you give a suggestion. No, because you don't know anything about it. You mean say we don't know what is there. If we knew, then it was a different case. So we just see it is there. That much. And then you focus. Here it is willfully you are saying. Our cleaning process is very clear. It says willfully you are saying that all the negativity or what is it, blemishness is inside, it is going out and transforming into purity and settling wherever it is needed. So now it is something like that. I keep giving example of garbage STP, that you not only clean it, you make it into useful thing for anybody. So how beautiful that thing is. Cleaning is beautiful and it is paropkar as well. Because you are something which is unwanted. Now it has settled in your consciousness. It is not, you need not own it that this is my thing. You say, I am just cleaning it because it is in my lot. It has fallen onto me. I am feeling that it is there. Now if you feel in your house something not good, what you will do? Some kuda karkat is there, you just remove it, bloom it out. Here you are, what you are doing, not only that, you are converting that into, transforming that into purity. That means something which you a second earlier thought, it is garbage, you transform into something useful for others. Not only for yourself, but for others. So it settles. If you need, it will settle inside you. If others need, it will settle there. So that is a willful act. Their will is needed, strong will that you are doing it. While here it is just attention already. After cleaning, that is the process. Meditation.
For us, for me at least, it is, I don't meditate, okay, it is contemplate.
Yes.
So contemplation and cleaning both are the same, isn't it?
A little bit difference is there. In cleaning, you are willfully cleaning. In contemplation, when you are contemplating something you found unwanted, then you pray that why it is there, it should not be there. Or you are looking at something. In contemplation, generally what happens is you are same different birds pondering over how is it so. All your intellect, your mind, whatever wisdom we have, all is put into one thing. And then you are deciding its veracity, wisdom, whether it is so or not. That means you are pondering over the correctness of the thing. Now in that, what you thought earlier, it is correct, now something is revealed to know it is not. This is the correct thing. So then you discard, or it is automatically gone. Once you are convinced, because you are contemplating, nobody is there. Now you only find out that this is not correct. Who is there to bar you from anything? You only discard it. No, it's not worth it. So that is different from this way. Is it clear, the difference? Here it is closed-eyed brooming. Closed-eyed brooming with will. There, discernment is there. Here you are not saying, no, this rubbish, that rubbish, this thing I am brooming or converting them into. There your discernment is at work, that this thing is not so, this thing is so. And then you are moved further. So that is mostly for works on intellectually understanding a thing. So that it becomes clear. Something becomes more clear, and you feel like you are moved somewhere intellectually also. Now I feel very good sitting like peacefully, not talking anything. Among my associates, I feel this is the best thing. When they don't talk anything, I also do not talk. See, so it is. But the idea is nothing should be left, which is
So you ponder about your experiences, correct? Or your incidents that has happened in your life and say which is right and which is wrong.
it is for all the things. The pondering will be same only, even if some incident happened with you, and you want to come about whether what should I have done or whatever I did in that was is correct. These only can be the things. No, how should I? Could I have behaved in different way? So now you have given it a context in relation to your worldly things, which ideally is not a very good thing. Why to waste time over that? When you are cleaning, and that also is cleaned. But sometimes there is a stage it comes, people want to be some clarity. They ask about themselves from themselves. Am I doing something rightly? So it is for self-satisfaction. That time also that is pondering. And this is also when you are contemplating on higher things. That is another stage where now your world is over. Now you are contemplating on divinity or something else is happening inside you. You are not, because now you are very firmly have come to the conclusion that this world, despite existing, does not exist. And that is what we are saying in meditation. You reach to such a spot where you feel you exist, but yet you do not exist. So then it becomes easier to relate with the world. So that contemplation, when you have come to this clarity that this is all illusion, but not untrue. It is just illusion, but not untrue. How can a thing be untrue? If you touch me, I touch you. Something is happening. So it is not untrue, but it is illusionary. So when you come to that, then you like shrink like this. You come within yourself. No, I have nothing to do with the world. Now you are pondering something very higher. Here you are just behaving with the world, a nice way, the way a common human being should. Neither, no, you should not have any fear about ourselves. It should be as lowly behavior. I mean, in that sense, very common behavior. And that is the key. You should be very, very down to earth. And just keep moving as simple things as nothing is happening. That is the limitation with the world. You set it. And with the evolution, it is automatically settled that way. Because when you realize its futility, then you realize its utility as well. But to what extent the utility is there. So it is about developing understanding. When this thing is completely over, then you are contemplating about higher thing. That channel is open. So yes, it depends, because when we say anything into words, it has a limit. Because word is a vishay. This is not something very great. Though great, but not a very great thing. So it has some, what you call, ashuddhi with it. Impurity is attached with it, because it is manifested thing. So this, when we say contemplation, all it depends where are we applying. Contemplation of worldly things, yes, that is also contemplation. Contemplation on higher thing, it is another play. So wherever we are doing, there will be some progress. This kind of, no, what to call it, it is a very narrow thinking. You put everything into the domain of intellect. And then you confuse yourself. That is what the problem is in the world. Everybody say, I want peace. Then who is blocking it? But no, I will keep my arsenals, but I want peace. I will write on my sword peace, but I want sword. What can we do?
So that's also a definition of peace, okay?
That is why we say that these 5 seats, that very a word when it has to be applied. We cannot say peace lower than sixth. In spiritual vocabulary, if I say, first is your this Annamaya Kosh. Second is your Pranamaya Kosh, Manomaya Kosh, Chidanand, which they call, oh, this ultimate is nothing ultimate. It is just fifth condition. There is much more beyond. So peace begins when you cross all this. Till then you cannot say, the word peace cannot be applied there. That Atishayini, that's the sixth stage, which is where you get peace. Then these questions will not be there. These are very, means on the lower plane, are these all questions, worldly questions. There are no questions. There is peace. Now, when peace is there, how can there be question? So this application of that's why the words have a limit. In commonly they say, no, if your head is not turmoil, then you say I'm at peace. Because you have lowered that thing so much. You have never experienced that higher thing. There have not been people, those who could make you sit and say, look, sit, it is there. So they just also read from some books, oh, this is this. So they told, so other also said, no, cheap. You also read, I can also read. So that they have limited. That's why I say it's realization has nothing to do with the books. It is this is a living chain, one from the other, and it has never been broken. It has always been there. It can never be broken. Breaking it means annihilation total. So peace is a condition. And it is not quality of your mind, head. Mind in Sanskrit, the word is same for heart and mind. So that again, man. So that is also confusing. People do not know where to apply it as where it has come in the context of mind and head, and where it has come into the context of head. So that thing is also there. But the peace is the quality of your heart. Place for peace is heart. Now, when your heart is at peace, some vibration reaches there also, and it also goes down. But mostly, the way the life is being lived these days, mentally people are very much bothered. Why? Because there is a caution between the livelihood and living. How to live and how to earn your livelihood, there is a big gap between the two. So mentally they are all the time perturbed. So that is why if they get a little respite, so they say I'm at peace. No, this gives peace. And that is how all these motivation classes and all that at least for some time you manage your stress and all this. Means it is there. You are saying that it is there, just let me manage it. Somehow I go with it. I'm not saying I want to do away with it. Somehow I cope with it. Because it is in the nature of my earning my livelihood that I need this. This system says you have to live with this. Then only you can be productive for me, my system, my company, or whatever. Because there is a difference between living and livelihood. So they have reduced peace to a mental, what you call, a kind of coiling, or what you say, it is quietening or coma, something like that. Brings a semblance, something is okay, better, and feel better.
So that means as long as there is some longing, there is even longing for if I sit in meditation and long for some experience, that is also not the state of peace.
And that's why I say meditation has 3 things. And I have already told the second thing is not a very big thing which should be looked for. But if we are in some kind of no, we want, that can also happen. That is not something again. But it should not become an aim. That then you are lowering your aim. Aim should not be Aim is something which is discovered. Aim is not something you aim at. Real spiritual aim is discovered. You come to know that your aim is to reach ultimate. Other things are not there. Then what is the point for anything? Something which is eternal, someone who is eternal, that only can be a satsang, that only can be eternal. If I associate with that, then only I can be. If I associate with anything else, howsoever valuable it could be, worldly, anyway, it has to disappear one day, it has to perish. So will I, because you are clinging on to something which is not eternal. So experience is that you want to kind of trust that you are moving somewhere. So some conceptions are there. Somebody they look for some form. No, I want God to be with these 4 hands or something like, or with these many heads, or somebody thinks like, or a common human being, something like this. But some scars for so many association with such forms also is there. So that has to be, because they are also seeking from somewhere. So why not? I mean, they say no. If you are beggar and I am also beggar, then why not beg from the highest? That is the purport. Now, why this comes? Now, there is highest, then why? Because we do not know how to reach there. So there comes this Guru. Otherwise, there is no need. If we knew how to reach there, how to be in association with that, then that is the purpose of the Guru. So I say that Guru is we are illusion and he is a little bigger illusion in which we settle peacefully, because this is a non-illusion. Otherwise, it becomes, we say, no, God is everywhere, then who is stopping you? We need not go anywhere, it's everywhere. But despite having said that, we do not find it that way. That is why we say it is God's agency. He created. Nobody can become Guru. Until only He is giving some work, you have to do this. So, I always say that no person is a Guru. This is, despite being a person, no person is a Guru. It is His device. He only works. We are just merely beggars that at His mercy, that look how it is. You can say anything. You can say we are children, we are beggars. These are mere words. It is like showing your supplicancy. No, I remember that somebody greater than us is there, who is taking care of us. That is the purport. So, as deep, as intense that keep becoming, and that brings about certain changes in ourselves. And that only can be your evidence. So here we say, what we have got. If we ourselves do not become evidence, then that knowledge is useless. Suppose my Guru says, I have given you everything. I say, I did not receive anything. No. And suppose it happens other way around. He says, I have not given you anything. I said, I received everything. Now, which is more potent thing? Second one. Because here evidence you need to be. That is why we say practice is the only constant in any satsang. If we are practicing anywhere, if we are going rightly doing, wrongly doing, whatever, if we are practicing, we are there. That is in different words I keep saying that you have tied yourself to an elephant. Whether you know it or not, you are tied. But that remembrance should be. And that is why this our path is called Smriti. Sahaj Smriti Yog. Smriti means remembrance. How to? So there are 2 ways. You are trying to evolve to know that how it is. How is everything. Another is now you are firm that there is something, so you are remembering that there I have to be somewhere. So both way you are. From that also pull, and from here you are also making your efforts to know. And He is also restoring. So when these 2 things meet, then things happen in a different way.